I know what you're thinking. This is a top 10 worst videos of 2016 as the title reads, and you're holding puppies? Listen, they walked into my room and they wanted to be in it. Yes guys, it is that time of the year, top 10 worst movies of 2016. Alright, Emmett Smith, alright Tom Brady, time for y'all to go. Alright guys, let's get into this video. So yes guys, welcome to the time of the year where we talk about the crappiest movies of 2016, and I will not lie. This was a very easy list. I looked down this list and I was like, okay, this is 10, this is 9, and I went down the list and I was like, okay, this is definitely number 1. So this was actually an easy list, and if you've not seen my top 20 best videos, check that out, and yes, it is 20, not 10. But this list is a 10 set. And so, just like my other video, I did not see every single stinking movie this year. I didn't see Norm of the North. I heard that was bad. But guess what? I didn't see it, I didn't review it. I ended up seeing it, but I just didn't review it, and so I'm not going to count it. And, once again, this is just my opinion. This is my opinion. If you disagree with it, that's fine. If you love these movies, then there's your right. You have the right to like the movie. I can't disown your opinion. But these are just my movies that I did not like at all. But, just like my top 20, I did have honorable mentions. But this is dishonorable mentions. This is the stink list. And my dishonorable mentions are Collateral Beauty, Free State of Jones, Shut In, The Mechanic Resurrection, Allegiant, and the Huntsman sequel. Now, those are dishonorable mentions. Those movies are just so bad, they didn't make the top 10, but they are bad. So now let's get into it. Let's get in to the stinking piles of poop of 2016. Number 10. Coming in at number 10 is a comedy, and what do comedies need to do? They need to make you laugh, and this movie made me roll my eyes and be like, why am I in this theater? Why am I wasting my time? And that is Masterminds. Yeah, the Zach Galifianakis, Kate McKinnon, Jason Sudeikis movie, Owen Wilson, yeah, the movie was poop. It had an interesting story of an actual true event, true story kind of movie. It's turned into a whap-stick comedy, which is so dumb because they could have made it clever, funny, with a great cast and great talent. You waste it. You waste that talent. You waste Zach Galifianakis. You waste the man himself, Alan from The Hangover. They wasted it. It wasn't funny. It's dumb. It wasn't that dumb funny either like Popstar was. This was just plain dumb. Number 9. Number 9 is a movie that a lot of people told me, I like that movie. I like that movie. Well, I was like, I hated it. I actually hated the movie, The Purge election year. Listen, when you're trying to make a fun, stupid trilogy, and you go walk into the third movie, and you're like, you know what? Let's make this a really smart political movie, and talk about politics, and talk about problems of our Earth, whatever. What are you talking about? This is a Purge movie. The best part of this movie is I want my candy. Like, that lady made me laugh so hard in the theater, and I'll never forget that. But the Purge election year is nowhere near as good as the Purge Anarchy, and it makes this list. Number 8. I bet a lot of people love sexy thriller movies on the edge of your seat and a hot female lead. Well, this movie was trying to be Fatal Attractions, and it completely ruined it in the most terrible way ever, and that is When the Bow Breaks. When I actually reviewed this movie, I called it When the Bow Breaks. Very sorry about that. It is actually When the Bow Breaks. Listen, this movie was so dumb. It was just so silly about this crazy girl who was crazy when she was a terrible actress in the movie, but they have talent. There is talent in this movie, but they just waste it on a cliche plot that we've seen 1,000 times. Give us something new. The movie was dumb. The acting was ridiculous. The story and the ending was just completely ridiculous, and I forgot this movie right when I left the theater. That is why it makes this list. Number 7. To all the people out there who were like, oh, you didn't review Norm of the North, you didn't see the worst animated movie of the year. Well, guess what? I watched a movie called The Wildlife. Did anyone hear about the movie? Huh? Did anyone hear about the movie The Wildlife? I don't think you did, because the movie was like in theaters for like 5 days. Listen, I've never seen such an awful movie in theaters. This movie did not deserve to be on the big screen. Not at all. The animation was terrible. The voice acting is very unknown, which is not, I'm not saying it's a bad thing, but you need that one person who's like, thank you for bringing my butt to the seats. None of the actors were, all the actors were unknown. The animation was terrible. The story's terrible. This is a downright kids movie that deserves to be on Cartoon Network at 4 o'clock in the morning. This movie is awful. It does not deserve to be a movie in the theaters. That's my rant on The Wildlife. And by the way, Norm of the North, doesn't compare to this one. Actually, I don't know. They're pretty bad. Either way, it makes number 7. Number 6. This movie is from the director of The Crow. A really good movie that I own on Blu-ray. And then the director was like, you critics don't know good movies anymore. This is a good movie. Really? Gods of Egypt? Wait, okay, first things first, the movie's bad. The CGI, the acting's overacting, the CGI, the story, and all the actors are white in an Egyptian movie. Doesn't make sense one bit. But what really makes me mad is how the director came out and said to critics, I'm not a critic, I just like movies. Either way, he was like, you don't know good movies when you see them. This is a good movie, and you were just ranting on good film. Dude, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Gerard Butler yelling out, I am the king, this is my castle. And then he turns into a golden eagle and flops around like, caw-caw, caw-caw. And they're fighting in CGI, and you can tell when they're flying around the CGI, it looks fake and the background's fake. Dude, your movie sucked, you're number 6, and you make me mad when you're like, oh, you critics don't know good movies. I make good movies. You made one good movie, dude, it's called The Crow. Ah, man, that director, I don't like him anymore just because of what he said. Number 5. Entering into the 5th place of my top 10 worst is a movie that I call is a bride movie. This director and these creators were like, hey, Kevin Spacey, we need you to be a cat. If you don't, we're not going to give you this role for this next movie we're going to do. And that is 9 Lives. I'm for real. I don't understand why Kevin Spacey, Christopher Walken, Jennifer Garner, I don't know why these talented actors were like, I want to be in a cat movie. I want to be in a cat movie from the director of the Men in Black trilogy. That sounds like a good movie. Let's do it. This sounds really good. Let's do it. Oh my god. 9 Lives is awful. It's stupid. It's not funny. It's trying to be smart, clever. The best moment in this movie is the first like 20 seconds when they're showing cat videos. That is the best part of this whole movie, when it's showing cat videos on YouTube. Everything else, Kevin Spacey, what are you doing? You're a voice actor as a cat. Great job. Whatever happened to House of Cards 7? You were bribed into this movie. I know you are. Just come out in a minute. Just be like, oh yeah, they told me 35 million. I'd voice a cat, and I was like, you know what? I'll do it. I'll get it in a box. It'll be shipped to me, and a lady's head was in it. That's a reference to a good movie, but this movie is dookie. Number 4. This movie might come as a controversy to all the true fans of this franchise, and I am not blind. I am a fan of this franchise. I like the first movie. I own it on Blu-ray right down there. Guess what? The sequel, it has one good scene, but after I saw it, I hated it even more and more, and that is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Out of the Shadows. What was this? Okay, the first one had good moments, and this one, they literally just threw everything in the kitchen sink. Get Shredder to actually have an actual actor play him. Get Bebop, get Rocksteady, get Krang, and make him the most awful, cliche, throw him in there villain. Are you kidding me? The only good part was the plane into the river by a tank. It was a cool scene, but I can't stand how dumb this movie was. This movie had so much potential, and they wasted it on dumb CGI, and they wasted the guy from Arrow. He is such a good actor in Arrow, and then he gets to be one of the coolest people ever in the franchise of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. The hockey mask guy, I forget his name, Casey. He gets to be Casey, and what does he do? He does nothing, and he wears the mask one time! Ah! Number 3. These top 3 are crappy movies, and they flip-flop and back and forth all the time when I'm making this list. But number 3, 100%, I don't even have to say anything, because you never even heard about this movie, and that is Max Steel. I sat in a theater, and I watched it, and I was like, how? How did a people with millions of dollars were like, okay, we're gonna make a movie out of this toy called Max Steel. It was a Cartoon Network show too. We can make some good money. Alright, let's cast an unknown actor, because all these new movies are like Star Wars, they cast unknown people, and look what happened to them. They made $2 billion. Okay, we got an unknown actor. Let's get Andy Garcia. He'll play the villain. Yeah, that's good. Andy Garcia's a good actor. He can play a good villain. Alright, now let's get some CGI people. Oh yeah, let's get the guys from Cartoon Network. Oh yeah. Alright, let's make this movie. And it turned into a Cartoon Network This movie literally, it's so bad. It's trying so hard to be good when a robot comes up like, oh yeah, you got superpowers. But guess what? I don't remember why you got the superpowers. Until the very end, he's like, oh yeah, your mom, your dad, yeah, you're basically a superhero. You get powers that come out of your fingers. This movie is cliche to superhero movies. Andy Garcia was wasted. The whole CGI was awful. And I'll never forget the scene where he punches a wall and you can see the fakeness of the wall when he punches it. If you have that in a movie, you deserve to be on this list. Number 2. Number 2 is a movie that recently came out, and I didn't give this movie an F. But the more I think about it, the more it drains into my body. I'm like, you had so much potential, and you ruined it. And my number 2 is Assassin's Creed. I am a true hardcore fan of the original Assassin's Creed game. The first 3 games, I played them all when I was a little kid. I still play them when I get a chance if I ever get to. But man, you have Michael Fassbender, Jeremy Irons, Marion Cotillard, the guy who directed Macbeth, and what do? You make terrible action scenes with cut back and forth. You make a terrible storyline of this thing called the Apple that can erase human race of some sorts, and they have to go back in time. And then when you go back in time, you're in there for like at least 30 minutes out of a 2-hour movie. You're in the present day most of this movie because that's what we want to see in an Assassin's Creed movie. And you made the movie PG-13. You made it PG-13 when a guy is slicing into a guy's neck, when he jumps like this and slices to his neck and he falls down and blackness is coming out of him. When you watch this movie, it's black blood. It's not red blood. This movie had so much potential. This could have been the best video game movie ever, but it turned into a piece of poop. And it deserves number 2, and it makes me mad because it had so much potential and good story, and they ruined it. This group Uncharted. Ba-bang! Number 1. This is it, guys. The number 1 worst movie of the year. And I actually do own this movie because my mom bought it and was like, I got you a movie at Target. I was like, thanks, Mom. I was like, thanks, Mom. And now number 1, the movie that I hated. The movie that I walked out of this theater saying, what happened? What happened? My number 1, the worst movie of 2016, in my opinion, goes to Independence Day Resurgence. Are you effing kidding me? Listen, the first one is not a masterpiece. It's a fun movie with Will Smith, Jeff Goldblum, Bill Pullman, Randy Quaid, all these fun actors in a fun movie with some cool action scenes. Then you bring me Liam Hemsworth. You give me a cheap Jeff Goldblum, a cheap Bill Pullman. You give me awful CGI. You give me an awful Will Smith rehash. You give me freaking Bill Pullman wasted potential when he doesn't even give us a new speech. How do you ruin Independence Day? It's such an easy franchise. The first one is fun with energy. This one went straight for CGI. Straight for Independence Day universe? Are you trying to be like Marvel? What are you doing? And they try to set up for a sequel, and I hope to God we don't get one. The dialogue was terrible. The story is ridiculous. Guess what? They're back, and they're bigger. Whoop-de-doo. But this movie could have been so much fun. I wasn't asking for nothing like A+. I was asking for a B+. You gave me an F. You gave me a Z. This movie was so bad, Michael Bay is proud of his Transformers movies compared to this movie. This movie was awful. I can't stand it. And the worst part is, I own it. And that is it. That is my top 10 worst movies of 2016. I feel like I just had therapy and I just got to relieve everything of my anger. So yeah, guys, that is it, guys. That is it. That is my top 10, 20 best and top 10 worst. I hope you guys enjoyed all these reviews. I am very excited for 2017. It's a fresh new year, lots of new movies, and I will try to see every movie as possible, as always. I love you guys. Keep watching, keep commenting, keep subscribing. You guys are awesome. You guys are amazing. I do this for you guys. I do it for the fun of it because of you guys. So anyway, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed my 2016 reviews, and I'll see you guys next year in 2017. Bye-bye, guys!